An instinct. A feeling. The force brought us together.
We're not alone. Good people will fight if we lead them. You like that? You like that?
There are those who swear by his clutch performances and others who dismiss him as an overrated stat padder. But the truth about Kirk Cousins? Well, it's as elusive as his quarterback ratings on any given Sunday. From day one in 2012, Cousins was drafted as a backup plan for RG3. Remember the Shanahan's quarterback dilemma? Despite the uncertain start, Cousins quickly became a fan favorite. By 2015, he finally got his chance to shine. That season, he had a solid showing, especially in weeks 10 through 17, boasting a 126.1 passer rating. He nearly steered Washington to the playoffs, leaving fans and critics alike debating his potential. In 2018, Cousins landed in Minnesota with high expectations. His mega contract raised eyebrows, but so did his performances. He delivered statistically impressive seasons, yet critics argued he failed to win the big games that mattered most. The debate intensified. Was he a top-tier quarterback, or merely a good one padding his stats? Statistically, Cousins ranks among the league's best. Pro Football Focus touted him as a top 15 QB, while Bleacher Report saw him slightly differently. The numbers painted a picture of consistency, yet his ability to lead teams to playoff victories remained in question. His detractors pointed to crucial losses in critical moments, while his supporters highlighted his resilience and numbers under pressure. The playoffs, a sticking point for Cousins' legacy. His postseason record has fueled endless debate. Does he falter under pressure, or is he a victim of circumstance? Critics cite his winless playoff record, while fans argue he's been let down by his supporting cast. Regardless, it's a chapter of his career that remains unresolved, adding layers to the complex narrative of Kirk Cousins. Despite the criticism, Cousins has a knack for comebacks. His ability to rally teams from behind showcases his mental toughness and resilience. Whether trailing in the fourth quarter or overcoming adversity, Cousins has earned a reputation for late-game heroics. It's these moments that remind us why his career is anything but predictable. Kirk Cousins embodies the uncertainty of sports fandom. Is he overrated, underrated, or simply misunderstood? His career is a testament to perseverance and statistical prowess, yet his legacy hinges on the elusive quest for playoff success. What were people thinking about Kirk Cousins back then? Well, most saw him as a very good, average quarterback. Washington decided not to sign him to a long-term deal, opting instead to hit him with the franchise tag for 2016. The following year, 2017, saw a similar story, a franchise tag, and another playoff miss. But things were about to change. The Minnesota Vikings, fresh off a deep playoff run and hungry for a franchise quarterback, saw Cousins as their missing piece. With a formidable defense and a potent offense, they were poised for Super Bowl contention. When Cousins became the second highest paid quarterback in the NFL, comparisons to his Washington days were inevitable. Some questioned the move, wondering if the Vikings could have found their answer elsewhere. Yet with Jimmy Garoppolo and Drew Brees off the market, Cousins emerged as the best available option. In Minnesota, however, expectations collided with reality. Despite solid stats, Cousins struggled to elevate the team to the promised land. The Vikings endured ups and downs under coach Mike Zimmer, but playoff success remained elusive. Critics began to paint Cousins as a talented quarterback who couldn't win when it mattered most. But let's not forget Atlanta. They had their own journey with Cousins in mind, but when he arrived in Minnesota, disappointment set in. Instead of the Super Bowl dream, the Vikings faced challenges. The Mike Zimmer experience brought both highs and lows, and Cousins' reputation evolved. He put up good numbers, but elite performances were scarce. The narrative of a quarterback who couldn't win in the playoffs took root. But here's the twist. Kirk Cousins, for all the scrutiny, remains a study in NFL unpredictability. Is he a franchise savior or a cautionary tale of big contracts? The debate continues, fueled by his stats and the elusive quest for playoff glory. Wanted to make him the second highest paid player in the league, but slowly he began to shake off that narrative. In 2019, the Vikings finally won a playoff game in a calm, collected manner against Drew Brees, hinting at a narrative shift. But this is Kirk Cousins we're talking about, doing just enough, never more, never less. From 2020 to 2022, let's take a look at these two players. On screen, you'll see their stats. Both were top 6 in nearly every category, except one is hailed as a generational talent, and rightfully so. The other, well, that's Kirk Cousins. Statistically, Cousins and Josh Allen are eerily similar across the board. The key difference? Allen had a stronger supporting cast. translating to more wins. Yet, Kirk Cousins' situation remains complicated. While stats paint him as elite, the eye test, watching every Vikings game religiously, tells a different story for many fans. It's intriguing because despite the numbers, Cousins often gets overlooked for flashier, higher-ceiling quarterbacks in rankings, but in recent years, he's shown glimpses of potential growth. In 2022, the Vikings won all 11 of their one-possession games. Cousins didn't pull off miracles every game, but he did have his standout moments, like the epic comeback against the Colts. However, in their disappointing playoff loss to the Giants, he neither excelled nor faltered significantly, a gray area that adds to the complexities of his career. Before his season-ending Achilles injury, Kirk Cousins was arguably on track to contend for the MVP award. It was a small sample size, but he was playing at an elite level, yet we've seen this before. Kirk tends to elevate his game in contract years, reminiscent of his Washington days when he played lights out to secure a big payday, but let's move past that. Let's entertain the idea that, at 35, Kirk Cousins is hitting his prime and only getting better from here. Realistically, though, it seems Kirk has a knack for timing his peak performances with his contract cycles.
How's it feel to win a playoff game, man? Hey, that's how we've won all year, team, right? Hey, you held them to 20 points, man.
Yes,
you
sir.
gave us a chance at the end. I got 3 words for you. You like that?
Now, he finds himself with another opportunity, joining the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta boasts a formidable defense anchored by stalwarts like Jesse Bates and AJ Terrell, complemented by a top-tier offensive line and a dynamic skill position group. With Kirk Cousins taking the reins, the Falcons find themselves in a familiar scenario, pitting him against a first-round quarterback once again. The outcome feels almost predestined in Atlanta, but will Kirk elevate his game in this new setting? The odds aren't in his favor. As for whether he'll be an improvement over Desmond Ridder, well, let's just say my left testicle might have fared better under center. Kirk Cousins is, in essence, a con man. Not the type to abscond with your money, but the sort who leaves you feeling shortchanged. When his time with the Atlanta Falcons inevitably concludes, fans may wrestle with familiar uncertainty. Was his stint here positive, negative, or just forgettable? As it stands, Kirk Cousins holds a win percentage of 52%. He's in the tier just below the elite, neither Patrick Mahomes nor Derek Carr. Kirk does some things better than Baker Mayfield, but he doesn't quite measure up to Matthew Stafford, and that's unlikely to change until he hangs up his cleats. So, Atlanta, you might be in for a rough ride, but if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments. I'm trying out a new approach here, mixing shorter videos with my usual documentaries. They're a blast to make, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, press the subscribe button, and also drop your thoughts in the comment section.